Hey Megan, let me take you through what your program is going to look like. So, when you open the homepage, or I should say, when you click on your Google Drive, the first thing you're going to see is this as the homepage. You're going to see your weekly schedule tab as your homepage. In your weekly schedule tab, you're going to see Monday through Sunday, all the workouts you're doing Monday through Sunday. I'm doing it so that you do 5 workouts a week, Monday through Sunday, with a good balance of strength, um, muscle, so you stay nice and toned, core to make sure that your core is strong as well as keeping it tight. Um, and that's pretty much it, So I'm basically making this program as balanced as we can do it, as balanced as it can be. So I'm hoping that this program works well for what you're looking to accomplish. So when we look at the strength portion, you're gonna be squatting on Monday, benching on Tuesday, deadlifting and squatting again on Wednesday. To know exactly what the weight is of each of these lifts and the amount of sets and reps that you're gonna do, you're gonna click on the Q4 2022 Q4 strength tab, which is right next to the weekly schedule. So as soon as you hit that, you're gonna see squat on Monday, the weight that you're gonna do, the sets and the reps for Monday, as well as the total volume in pounds. Wednesday, you're gonna squat again based on what we see in this weekly schedule. And on Wednesday, you're gonna do 73 pounds, 2x4 on your squat, 2 sets of 4 reps, and then 63 pounds, 2 sets of 4 reps also on the squat. Now, if we scroll over, you're gonna see Tuesday here, you're gonna bench 33 pounds, 3 sets of 8 reps. In a bench by using that dark gray bar, that's the 33-pound bar. The bar is 33 pounds, so you don't need to add any weight. You do 3 sets of 8 reps. And then on Wednesday, you're deadlifting 88 pounds, 3 sets of 4 reps, and then 78 pounds, 2 sets of 4 reps. Again, you're going to be using that 33-pound barbell to ensure that it makes sense when you load up the weight. Now, that's just the strength portion. Once you finish your strength portion, say on Monday, once you finish squatting, then you gotta do your hypertrophy portion, which is the rest of the exercises. So for that hypertrophy portion, you're gonna click on the 2022 Q4 Hypertrophy Core Cardio tab. When you click on this tab, what you're gonna see is the week off, and this is gonna be for the week off 10/9. So I gotta update this. So starting this upcoming week, you're starting a new fresh program. And on Monday, after you do your squats, these are the rest of the exercises. They're all clickable. If you click on any of these exercises, you'll know exactly what you're doing. So for instance, I just click in one of those exercises, and it's gonna show me exactly what the exercise is. There's usually a little YouTube commercial, but once you skip the YouTube commercial, it will take you right to the exercise, as you can see, in case you want a reference for the exercise that you're doing. Very simple. Here you have the exercise. 1A goes with 1B. That's a superset. 2A with 2B, 3A with 3B. That's how you distinguish supersets. Here are the sets, here are the total reps, and here's the total weight, as well as the notes. Now on this portion, you can always leave notes for me, especially if you change the weights or the reps for anything that you're doing. That way, going into the following week, I will be able to better update it. So, and the way I'm going to be doing this, I'm not going to give you the whole month in advance. I'm going to do week by week. So that's why this program is a little more, we can say, intentional and a little more tailored to you, because what I do is I take the learnings from the previous week and then I adapt. I use those learnings for going into the next week, so that way you can adapt to what you're doing. So every week that you do your training, if I don't see any notes here, I would assume that everything stayed the same. Therefore, there won't be much change the following week. Now for exercise selection and weight, for the accessory lifts, we're probably not going to change much unless it's too hard or too easy for you. But exercise selection should change on average every 7 to 9 weeks because we want to make sure that your body is also assimilating to each lift. That way you're not plateauing too fast, and you're always maintaining um, results and progressing, which is the most important. So going back to the weekly schedule, you also see core one, core two, core three, core four, Monday through Friday, as well as under cardio, you see a finisher plus low intensity cardio, and a hit class at Equinox. So not every single day is gonna have a core workout. Um, the first four workouts that you do during the week are gonna have a core workout. Not every single one of them is gonna have a finisher. Tuesday, the day that you bench and do mostly back work, is a day that has a finisher, and then Thursday, where you don't have a main lift, you don't have any hypertrophy work, but you're just gonna do a finisher and low intensity cardio and a little bit of core work. Um, so that's the day that you have a finisher. And then you have a nice fun Equinox class that you can take on Saturday, and that should give you 5 workouts per week. Um, now, another thing that I like to note for when you do your strength lifts, you're gonna see this yellow portion right here. And next to it, you're gonna see it says RPE. So on this yellow portion, I'm going to need a number from 1 to 10. So that way I know how to update your weights for your strength portion for the following week. And you're gonna do that for your squat, for your bench, and your deadlift. Now, what do I mean by RPE and the scale from 1 to 10? So for that, you're just gonna click on the RPE reference tab, which is right next to your 2022 Q4 hypertrophy core cardio tab. So once you click on the RPE reference tab, you're gonna see the numbers that I told you, that RPE is scaled from 1 to 10. RPE stands for rating of perceived exertion. By using the rating of perceived exertion, I'll know exactly what your strength capabilities are from week to week. That way I can give you a more precise weight for your strength numbers from week to week. Now for hypertrophy, the hypertrophy portion, for all these lifts, you don't need to write an RPE. Just know that the first 5 weeks or so, the RPE is going to feel like an 8. If it feels less than an 8, then you can make a note here, or if it feels more than 8, make a note here, and I'll adjust for you. But you're not going to log any RP for the hypertrophy portion. You're only going to do that on the yellow part for your strength portion. So what do these numbers mean? So for instance, if you hit an RP of 7 on Tuesday, the day that you do your bench press, that means that you had 3 reps left in the tank. If you hit something like a 5, that means you had about 5 reps left in the tank. A 4 would be 6 reps left in the bank. A 6 would be about 4 reps left in the bank. So you can use this chart to kind of have an idea of how many reps you got left in the bank, and that's how you're going to update me here on the yellow tab. You're gonna use a number from 1 to 10. So far we cover your weekly schedule, so you know what your strength lifts look like, as well as your accessory work, your core, and your cardio. Like I mentioned before, all of these are updated in a weekly basis. I normally like to update my programs on Sunday between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central Time, so you should be able to see it on Monday. If anything, you don't see anything on Monday, please reach out to me. I will do it on the spot. But you shouldn't have any problems with that. Through Google Drive, it's so much easier for me to update programs, and I religiously update them every Sunday for all my clients. And I usually add a audio clip with it so you can just listen and know what the updates look like. So yeah, so you got your weekly schedule on the first tab. Second tab, you have your strength lifts. Third tab, when you collapse the plus, you can see your exercises that follow after your strength lifts, or the exercises you have to do on the days that you don't do any strength lifts. The third tab is your RP reference tab that you're gonna use for your strength portion on the yellow line. That's where you're gonna put the number 1 to 10. And then the next tab is a tab that you're very familiar with. That's your macro tab. So this tab is gonna show you the amount of calories that you need to consume per day based on our last reassessment, as well as the meal plan that we already set up for you. So this is like your fresh meal plan right here, from breakfast all the way to dinner, and exactly what your protein breakdown is, fat, carb, and calorie breakdown. With that said, we're always gonna talk about every week. I like to have an update if any of this has changed. Now you can update it right here on this portion right here. You have a little note portion here. I'm actually gonna create it for you right now, and I'm gonna call this notes. So on this portion, you can annotate anything that you want that has changed in your meal plan. Anything whatsoever. So if anything changes on your meal plan, you can just use this section right here, annotate it for me, and we will be able to take care of it and change things up based on what your notes are. So feel free to add those notes here, and then we can do something. Oops, just messed that up. Perfect. So if it's easier, you can use this food log and put your notes here. That can also work. I'm cool with whatever feels easier for you. If this feels easier for you, you can just use this. So I always like to give my clients options so that they can try whatever fits best for them. So I figured this can also help you. That pretty much wraps up what the program is gonna look like. I'm gonna attach this on a YouTube video and give you the link so you can watch it. I encourage you to fast forward, rewind, anything extra that you need to know more, and feel free to shoot me a text or email if you have any further questions. That's pretty much all I got for you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to go through this video. Feel free to give me feedback, and we'll use this going forward. Thank you.